Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. My name is Joe. Drink of the day is Tenzing Lime Mints. Really boring today. And today I've finally been playing some games with regular Bonney. And first things first, this is a bit of a different list to the ones you might have seen. And credit for the starting point for this list does go to Aslano in the big One Piece Discord. I was just having a look, seeing what lists were out there. And his really caught my eye because it was quite different, right? There's no Ben Beckman, no like Silver's Rayleigh, no red removal at all, no Kumas for healing. It's more focused on setting up combos with like the Please Save Me and the Hiyori. And let me tell you, that combo's crazy. And then just relying on being a 9k leader and saying that, yeah, I'm going to get there eventually. I'm going to be a 9k leader. We're going to get a lot of value out of our Zoros. We're going to get a lot of value out of our Luffys. And we're going to get we're going to get there eventually. And in the early game, we're focused on consistency. because we've got 11 searchers. Got 4 of the 1-cost Bonney, 4 of the Lilith. And this is a really, really strong card. Yes, the trigger doesn't work. It is what it is. But this can find pretty much your entire curve. It finds your Borsalino for 5, your Zoro for 7, your Luffy for 10, your Bonney for 9. And this makes Bonney searchable, which is something that this deck doesn't really have otherwise. You can play the 1-cost Lilith, but that card's targets are limited. Because Bonney is not able to search cards named Bonney, and Sanji only searches for Straw Hat Crew. So Lilith gives you greater access to this Bonney, who you never really want to see more than one of these. Occasionally you'll want to see 2, and you really do want to see one of these 2 go for game. The one thing I did change is he had the 3-cost Robin, the one that draws 2 on trigger. I wanted to go with 5-cost Nami so that we have more good plays on 5. And like, yeah, sure, you can play the Sanji, but if you end up on your non-preferred curve of evens, the Nami is nice, and the Nami is also nice into yellow decks, especially Boa. And Boa should be a fairly reasonable matchup because we go to 9k, but Pudding sometimes gets you. So if you can just pass on like one turn and then burn the life that they set up with Grandma with this Nami, I have found that it makes that matchup even better, which is pretty cool. So with this deck, I definitely do like to go first. I mean, we have a very, very good curve. We have 1 Don Bonney, 3 Don Lilith, 5 Don Nami or Sanji, and sometimes he just pops out of life sometimes, which is pretty cool. Also on 5 Don, you can do Borsalino. If you take the first hit and then you use your leader effect to take again, Borsalino effectively is a draw 1 because he heals you back to 3, and you get a 5/6 blocker and you drew a card off your leader effect, which is pretty cool. 7 Don, you really always want to see Zoro. But with the amount of searches we have, the Sanji, the Bonney, and the Lilith can all search for Zoro. So you really should see Zoro by 7 on turn. And then on 9, you can either go Bonney, you can go Luffy, you can go with more Zoros. The world's your oyster. A really nice play you can do on 9 or later is you can play Zoro for 7. And then for 2 Don, you play Hiyori. And if you're at 1, you just put Please Save Me at the bottom. And then you are incredibly difficult to kill. Because you trigger this Please Save Me, play Borsalino out of trash, you heal back to 1, and you also have a blocker. I remember talking about this in Vegapunk, but being able to do it in Bonney as well feels incredibly powerful. And this effect is always live, because we want to be at 1 life for most of the game. Other events you could consider, some people like the Heat Strike in yellow. This one, Raw Heat Strike, it's nice, it's a good card. It's searchable off your searches, it's Egghead and Straw Hat, and it can sometimes get you out of like 2 9s. But the added use case of this Please Save Me with the Hiyori and the Borsalino, I think makes it at least comparable, and I'm really enjoying it at the minute. You'll see some pretty crazy plays in some of these games with the Please Save Me. And the other event card that they put in this set for Bonney is Distort the Future. It's alright. It's fine. You can give -3,000 for 1 Don, and then it's 3k for your leader. It's fine. It can't defend characters, which is a little bit annoying, whereas Please Save Me can. And whilst the -3 is good, I have really found the Please Save Me coming up. But if you don't like the Please Save Me, you could go with this, and it will make the Mihawk matchup quite a lot easier. I'm also on a ridiculous amount of 2Ks. Aslano had 16 2Ks in his list, and it seemed to be working out for him, so I figured I did change 2 over. He had 4 Pacifistas. I didn't find it coming up that much, so I've changed 2 of them over to Sanji. And I'd potentially even be interested in going to maybe 3 or even 4 Sanji, because having unblockable in this deck does feel really nice. Your opponent's going to play around it anyway, because of the Sanji, and some people will play Roger in their list. But actually having it in your deck to sort of call them out if they try it. If they either can't play around it or don't respect it, having it in the list, I think, is good. And having it on a 2k is obviously double value. Usopp trigger is hilarious. You can go to 11k if you're at 9 and this is your last life. So you can also Hiyori Usopp and be like, yeah, I'm an 11k leader now. So that's another cool combo with the Hiyori. Baby 5 is alright. This is definitely a card you could cut if you wanted something else. But the draw has come up enough because we want to aggressively take life. So if you find this Baby 5 early on, cool, you just go +1. If she's in one of your lives later on after you heal Borsalino, cool, you just go +2. And because we're playing so many counters and so few bricks, the odds of this drawing you more counter is pretty high. And yeah, that's right, in terms of bricks, we have 4 Zoros, 4 Luffys, 4 Liliths, and 3 Bonney. So it's only 15, which for a yellow deck is not too bad. It's not too bad for a yellow deck. We don't have a ton of trash, but particularly the Liliths, you can toss excess ones of these with the Luffy, or with the Sanji's trigger, which is okay. The Bonney and the Zoro, you don't tend to want to toss too much because that's what we want to play. And the games can go deceptively long. Got a few games here on the Eastern ranked ladder. My bounty's about 2.3 billion at the minute. So these are decent players we're playing into, pretty good players. It's going to be hard to tell how good this deck's going to be, at least for us in the West. Because by the time we get this, we also have OP15. So, you know, OP15, we've seen all the leaders now. It's very hard to judge them at this point, because a lot of them are very, very much dependent on their in-package support. Especially like Brook and NL, like we have no idea what those leaders are really going to do. And Krieg as well. Krieg has a lot of potential, but if the support isn't good, he could just be bad, because you do have to play East Blue cards. And even the Dressrosa ones are kind of similar. So it's really hard to tell how good those OP15 leaders are going to be, how impactful they are. But I think at least into the OP14 meta, this has a lot of potential. But again to Luffy, he's chosen first. His hands... He's going to take before this Nami comes live. Bonney's great. And having a Searcher is nice. But I think we can do better. Okay, I do really like this Lilith. I'm not sure I really like 2 of them, but, you know, it is what it is. Red Rock, I think, is going to be very much a key card in this matchup. We're just going to aggressively take. If he's puddinging, he's not ramping, so that's fine. Go 6, then we'll play Lilith. If he does decide to defend, then Nami would actually be live, so I think this is a mistake if he defends. Because it gives us a really, really good play next turn with the Nami. And maybe he doesn't know about the Nami. Maybe he's not worried about it. We don't have it, so maybe he's right to not worry about it. That's something I cannot say. So next turn on 6, we don't have the Nami. We can go with a Lilith. Or we could take this Sanji and try and... What would we be looking for, though? We're really only looking for Zoros and Luffys going forwards. We could just take a Luffy. That might be good. Yeah, I think just take a Luffy there. We've got a couple now. We can defend up big time in the late game. Pudding is something we do have to be somewhat concerned about, though. Pudding is... It's not something I want to see. To the point where I think I'll 1k this. And then we'll take this swing. Gear 2. Swing of 8 shot. Absolutely, I'll drop 2. Now, yes, pudding may be a little scary now, but it's okay. I think I'll Borsalino here. We'll reduce this. Don't take life. Swing 5 to 3. And he's only double ramped, so at least it's not triple, right? At least it's not triple. There's no way you defend this, my man. I refuse. I think 6 Borsalino is better than 5 Lilith. Sorry, 8 Lilith. It's going to defend again. Okay. We've got a 6k body down. It's pretty nice. We've got a blocker. We've got back up to 3 lives. Pudding is something I really... Oh, it's Lindlin. Okay. It's pretty spicy. That card we kind of don't want to take this out. 9 to 5. Absolutely. Node on open. It's just Zoro, though. It's just Zoro. 7/7's better than 6/8, I think, because he's given us quite a few 2Ks already. No, he's only given us one, actually. But there's no way there's two 2Ks in this hand, and there's no way that you use both of them, right? That would be crazy. Let's go 7 with Bors. Okay, well, he defends that one. Yeah, cool. So we got a 2K in a life rather than maybe a 1K in a life. I'll take it. Gum Gum Giant with his Leer effect. Just a Mihawk gets rid of our Zoro. Very nice. Do I want to defend a 7 as well into this? I think I don't hate it. How's our hand looking? Next time we're just going to play Luffy. I would kind of like to keep this for one more turn, I think. This also makes me less weak to pudding, which is cool. Oh, he goes 8. Okay, if you're going to go 8, that's fine. Now, we don't have one less life, so this does cost our entire turn. It is what it is. Toss this. And then swing 7. Cool. He's going to be looking for red rocks, I would have to assume. Yep. There you go. Sure. Yeah, I'll use the trigger on that. We'll toss a... I want to keep one of these. I think it's a baby 5. And then we'll grab Straw Hat Crew only, right? Yeah, we'll just grab a... Zoro here. Absolutely. No trigger there. Nine to 9. Still, we really haven't drawn very many 1Ks, but that's okay. We've Bors in trash, right? Yeah, we've Bors in trash. So I think this turn is a Zoro. Zoro Hiyori, please save me turn. So that's going to cost all our Don. So we'll swing 6 with this. We know there's a Gum Gum in hand. And we know there's a Gear 2 in hand. He Gum Gum's on the 6. Trashing the Gear 2. Okay, so we know nothing again. 7 here. 2K. Sure. Damn rush character. Reduce this. 9 to 8. I don't want to attack Lin Lin. Cool, we get rid of that. Incredible. Then we'll go Hiyori, take top life, and then we'll put a please save me in there and pass. That was a really, really good turn. We've set up the stupid combo at the end, which is great. We cleared one of his guys. Sanji Otama? Trashing Red Rock. Curious. I mean, sure. Sanji, was that really what he was looking for? I mean, this guy's playing giga fast, so I have to assume so. I think it's another Zoro turn. Bonney, or we could go with Luffy. Luffy's better this turn, right? Yeah, we'll go with Luffy. And then we got Bonney for next turn. As a result, we're going to be swinging smaller with leader. So let's just go with Luffy. Trash. Zoro. No need to keep one Don open. Let's go 8. We'll burn some kind of event. Or a life. And then we'll go 9 and something else will happen. Regardless, we're probably going to get him to 1 here. Okay, do we get him to 0? I don't want to kill this Lin Lin regardless. Okay, just Gum Gums. Sure. Cool. Your turn. How many Gum Gums is that? That's 2, right? Yeah, 2 Gum Gums, 2 gears. A lot of counter. I don't think we know anything about his hand. What did he take last turn? It was the Usahachi. So we know he has Usahachi. Yeah, we know he has two Sohachi. Incredible. Just block. If he wants to invest lots of Dons on these characters, then that's fine. That is fine. Rogger. Sure. Invests nothing. Okay. So is it just Bonney? If we Bonney, he's got to counter 2 10s and a 12. That's pretty damn good. And we know we have the stupid combo coming up as well. So we're probably even pretty reasonable on defense. Yeah, it's just burn. 10. There's a Gum Gum. 12. Okay, that's all 4 gums. 2k, 1k, sir. Okay. Well, let's see if he can kill us. I don't think he can because we know we have 2 lives coming. He doesn't even get leader effect now. So yeah, we can just take this one. Use the trigger. Develop Borsalino. Gain 1 life. Cool. You can do that. That's fine. So we've got 9. We've got 7, 12 probably. How much cams do we have? We can go to 30. We can go to 14. We're good here. We just take. Because we want him to go all in. Yeah. 2k. 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 1k. GG's. Well played to our opponent. He found all 4 Gum Giants. We managed to kill him anyway. He didn't have a red rock for Luffy, and I know he tossed a red rock. The Sanji Tama turn was pretty shit. With the speed that he was playing, though, I feel like it was intentional, which was odd. He still developed a Sanji, which is fine. It got him a cycle. Kind of sucks, though. Maybe he blinded it. Can we find it? Yeah, he blind Sanji'd into an Otama. Wow, must have not had anything good in hand at that point. And then trashed the red rock off the Tama. That was a big turn, but then the turn where we cleared the Mihawk was really, really good. Yeah, that was the turn before. He countered, I think, a little bit too aggressively. We were able to take out the Mihawk. And did the Hiyori combo, set up to be unkillable at the end there, which was pretty cool. Hey, well played. Gonna go into Mihawk, I'll absolutely be taking it first. Borsalino into Zoro is a solid curve. I do always like to find the Lilith when we're on 3rd, but I think hard mulliganing for it, when we have a solid 5-7, is probably a little greedy. So let's just keep this. 1 Don, I'm not playing Usopp. If he's on the Bonney build, I guess I would have been punished, but he is not, so that's okay. We could play Hiyori. Just put... Would we want to play Hiyori and put Baby Shy in life? We go, what, -1? But then go +2. Or +1, so it's kind of just gets a cycle. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, to be honest. But keeping this Hiyori for later, I think, is going to be more useful. Yeah, I think I want to keep the Hiyori for later. And this Kiku, I'm not that worried about. If he wants to split with the Kiku, that's fine. We just take all our lives anyway. Like, I actively want to take. Especially in this situation where we're going to Borsalino. And there's another Borsalino. Sure. No triggers. That's okay. We'll go 5 and... Ooh, do we want the Sanji instead? We can go Sanji Bonney. I think having Borsalino down is just good though, right? It's a bigger body. And we get card draw off this as well. So let's just go 5 Borsalino. I think I prefer that. Yeah, we got a blocker there for later as well if we decide we need that later on. But I think I do want to just swing aggressively with Bors. At least at this point in the game. Next time we're going to play our Zoro. He's gone with the Law. Plays out to Shigi. Interestingly, if he uses the... Actually, yeah, this is weird, right? Because he can't... If he rests the Law... Sure. Is he going to use the Tashigi effect? If he uses the Tashigi effect, our Zoro actually can gain character rush, which is huge. Very amusing. Very amusing indeed. 6, yeah, sure. I don't mind. We want to take down so that we get our leader effect popping anyway. This Nami's good, but I think this Zoro is better. Yeah, Zoro is definitely better. We'll go in rush character. I would rather take this out. The blocker is going to be annoying, but I would rather take this out. If we can get 2 cards out of him here, we won't take life. Yeah, let's try 9 into 7, see what he does with that. He gives us 2 cards already. That's pretty good. In fact, I might just hard play board here. Going hardboard seems interesting. Go 6 to 6. Mihawk with no cards is like, it's scary time for him. Do I want to attack this? I think I want to attack the Tashigi this turn. See if we can get another card out of him. Cool. I'll take it. I'll take it. Six to 6. Shot. Borsalino, you did your job. You did a great job. Time for a rest. Coffin boat. There's the shanks. Incredible work. Rest it. Very nice. We'll rest one Don and the boat to buff up to Shigi. Again, very nice. Yep, that's fine. We'll use that every single time. Lovely. And then this doesn't get to swing. Cool. Now, I'll play this turn. We don't really have a good one, so I think I'm going to Bonney and try and find another Zoro. Okay, we don't get another Zoro. What do I want to take here? We can go with Nami. It's probably the best line, right? Let's go with Nami. Get to burn his life still, which is okay. In which case, how many 2Ks do we have? We have 5 2Ks already, which is crazy. But I don't really want this Lilith. We can go Nami Lilith. It's an option. Yeah, I just don't want this Lilith. Let's just take a 2K. And the Usopp is completely useless in hand. Oh well. Kind of want to get rid of this Law. Also kind of want to get rid of Tashigi though. Don't think we can get rid of the Shanks. If we go 5 for Nami, put this up to 11. 11 to 8 isn't terrible, but if he has one event, that does just clear it. Then we can maybe clear the life and the Law as well. If we just push at face, we burn the life. Because he's going to probably Law Beppo next turn, I don't really value establishing the Lilith. So I think if we can take out the Shanks, that's really, really good. This is the 8. Can Nami put on a character? No. Okay. Let's go 11 to 8. It's kind of bad. But if all he has are like the 3K events, then it's not bad. That's brilliant. That worked out so much better than I was expecting. Cool, gives us a 1K there. That's fine. Now we'll see. Does he Law Beppis? Does he Law and Beppis? And freeze our Zoro. Does he Mihawk as well? Mihawk's another one they can have. He's relatively low on cards. Only got 5. He gave us a lot of raw counter earlier. So I'm thinking these are... Okay, here's Mihawk. That's good. That's a good play. Stop our Zoro from attacking. It's a good play. But his leader is still only at 5, which is good. And our leader is at 7, which is not 9, but it's still okay. It's still okay. Yeah. Does continue to swing with the Law. Fair enough. No, we'll definitely counter this one. We'll give one of these Sanjis. 7, and then we're going to have an 8. And have only 1 Don open. An Usopp in hand is mostly useless. Okay. Well, now we could do our funny play. Do we have Borsalino in trash? We do. So we can do the funny play where we do the Hiyori with the please save me. To put that there. That's quite reasonable, I think. 3, 5, 10. That actually works, where we could go Lilith into Borsalino into Hiyori. I don't mind keeping this Borsalino in hand, though, for the Nami. It's a shame we've drawn no top end. It is what it is. See what we find off of this. Okay. Bonney for next turn, I think, is good. Yeah, I think I want Bonney for next turn. I'm going to use the Hiyori. So that's 2. So we have 5 more Don. Maybe we can even incorporate this turn. Just reduce this law. Kind of want to swing 7 into it with Nami. He has this effect, but yeah, he's not going to use it. Is there anything we could draw off the life that would be a good play? I don't think so. Here's another Hiyori, I guess. Let's put this here. And then I'll go 5, 6. Maybe could have just gone 9 under the assumption that we're going to Bonney next turn. Maybe that would have been better. Does give us a law there. But if he takes down to an extremely low number of cards in hand, yeah, that opens the door for us to make other plays as well. If he KOs this Nami, we have a Borsalino to summon, which is great. Don't care about this, obviously. Lilith is here. I don't think she's going to be very useful, but... yeah, I'm assuming this is Law Beppo. Just another Mihawk. Okay. That's still pretty good. He can deny Nami and Zoro from swinging. Which is very solid. Or we can attack Nami and deny Lilith from swinging, but that's greedy because we can play Bors. We do get to play Bors if he does that. Five to Bonney. 5 to Bonney's fine. It says to me you don't have much counter. Which is a little concerning. Shigi effect first, sure. 8 here. Definitely defending this one. Give a baby 5. She's not useful in hand. Does he attack Nami or not? That's a big question. Because he doesn't know what this life is. This 5 can only go into Bonney if this is 5. I mean, we're not defending that. And then Nami can't swing. Yeah, sure. I'm not defending that, but I'm going to use the trigger and play Borsalino and gain 1 life. It's such a good combo. I really like this combo with the Hiyori and the Please Save Me. Right, now he has 4 Dons open. 4. If we just Bonney. Right? If we just Bonney. We'll have 1 more Don, so we can swing 5, 5, 7, 10. He'll have 5 in hand. 2 of them can be 2Ks to get him out of like the 5 and the 5, say. Then he'd have 3 cards to defend a 7 and a 10. 3 cards to defend a 7 and a 10. It has to be event, and a counter card. Does he have it? We don't think we know anything about his hand at this point. He's actually done no searches at all. The only card he picked up was the Kiku. I'm going to start with a 5. While he has less cards in hand. And if he takes, we can think about whether we want to go all in. Or just try and defense up again with Borsalino. He hasn't used this, excuse me. Waterfall, we sound Shigi, sure. Okay. go 5 again. Uses one of these. Okay. He clearly doesn't have any 1Ks. I think if he had a 2K, he would use it before the effect. Is his hand really... Actually, can he get out of it now? If he has to have a 4K event and a 3K event in hand or in this life for him to not die. We also kind of still have a lot of counter. I'm going to do this. See if you can get out of this one first, because this might very well just kill him. Okay, he does. Is this really a 3K event? He can deny this from blocking anyway. We can't ever play Pacifista because he can deny this from blocking. So let's go 7. Is it a 3K event? Is your last card a 3K event? Wow, it actually was. I'm not convinced we die necessarily, but that was shocking. We do have 6 2Ks and a 1K, which is pretty good. Do we take a 1K? Should we have just taken that? If he goes 19. He wouldn't go 19. He would rest 1 and the boat for the Tashigi swing. Already 2 in the boat, so it can swing 9. He'd go 9. We'd give 2K, 1K there. 9, 11, 13, 15. Yeah, we just take this one. It's fine. The most he can swing is 15 with this Tashigi if he swings 11 with Mihawk. He should swing lower with Tashigi next, I think. If we don't counter this, he has 6 more dons. This can swing 17. We don't have enough for that. Oh, I think I messed up by countering that swing. Now we need to draw not a brick out of life. We need either a trigger or not a brick. Man, that's unlucky. That was my fault, though. I think I could have won that game at the end there. Crazy that he had the exact amount of counter needed and we whiffed by 1K, but... Yeah, I think if I take the 11 there, we had what... It was 6 2Ks and a 1K, and we'd had a brick. He still goes 9 next, and then puts that would be 2 more dons, and then he puts 17 on this. So we'd had to give 2K, 1K to counter the 9, which would have been... So we'd have had 5 2Ks in hand. No, we'd have lost to that exact math as well, right? Yeah, we'd have lost to that on exact math as well. If he swung with the Mihawk next and we took the 11, we win. But yeah, he was right to go smaller there. I probably could have just gone again and not played the Bonney. I probably could have just not played the Bonney. For him to only have 1 brick in hand was a little unfortunate. But he did have another Mihawk effect that he didn't use, so if this Apu was a brick as well, it didn't really matter. That was a close game. I think I could have probably won that. I probably should have just played it safe, got another turn with another borsalino. But yeah, once more of these Mihawks start coming out, it does get trickier. Interesting. If you spotted where I went wrong towards the end there, let me know. If you think I should have just been more aggressive from the start, maybe as well, instead of focusing really hard on the Chigi. So obviously did lose. I think that game was definitely winnable. And that's promising at least. Just played this guy. We'll take first. We got 1-3. Hopefully one of these can find us something to do on 5. I think it's reasonable. 1. I'll take a borsalino here. Yeah, 1-3-5. Bonney, Lilith, Bors, not too bad at all. He's got the teardrops of a woman. Let's crash the wedding. Let's crash the wedding. What did he trash off that? Trashed a zero cost and a Otama. Sure. Luffy's the man. Very nice. We'll hit him with a 5. Then we'll hit him with the Lilith. Keep it nice and clean. Next turn, we will take a life aggressively so that we can get value out of this borsalino if we don't find anything better. I'd love to take this Nami, but we can't. We'll take the Zoro. That's a nice play for 7. This turn, he's going to be looking to either play Birth Burst or establish a Sanji, or ideally both. Play the Sanji and play Birth Burst, so that he can get going. One of the things that I found quite difficult in this matchup last game was really just the... yeah, he does manage to do both. That's very nice. It was really just the red rocks were very, very rough. That's a nice trigger, though. Let's toss... Usopp is completely useless in hand. This only searches Straw Hat Crew, so we can only take another Sanji. Getting over all our Please Save Me's is not ideal, but it is what it is. We'll go 5, 5, 5, borsalino. Tosses a Reiju. Nice to see them gone. Presume that means he has more in hand, but, you know, it is what it is. Getting rid of one of them is always pretty good. And these early swings, when they don't have Dons open, are always nice, because Sanji... I know this guy's list actually from last game, and he did play quite a lot of counter. But Sanji lists are always a little low on counter. Let's go 5 again. Get another 2k. Do this. Take a life. Now, that would have been a nice trigger, but what can you do? We get one back with Bors. We've got a nice little 6k blocker. Nothing too crazy, but he's good to have. And then next turn, we do have the Zoro. I don't think the Zoro is ever going to get character rush. Our guy here would have to toss an extreme amount of events. 10 more this turn for this to get character rush. And our hand is clogging up a little bit with 2Ks, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll even use one to defend one of these characters, depending on how big he swings. Yeah, we'll definitely use at least one. We'll give one of these Hiyoris. We don't need quite this many cards, and having these swingers on board early is always nice. Especially because he cannot Raging Tiger just yet. He can, like, Culverin, if he's still playing Culverin. But with all the new cards, I feel like that's one that may well have ended up being cut from a lot of Sanji lists. Which is nice. And if he does have plans for all this Don and just swings 5, we can block with Bors, which is cool. Let's go with the Kaya. It's okay. -1 card, though, and it's a 2k gone. What he trashes here is going to be quite telling. Birth Burst. That's not one you usually see trashed. He definitely has another one of those in hand. And Konkasei is more understandable. That one's not as important. It's a good card, but not like a key piece. 5 Don remaining. Yeah, if he had a Raging Tiger in hand, he could have trashed it there and then used it with a Reiju in his hand to get rid of a couple of these guys. Should have been decent. Yeah, there's the other Birth Burst that we just knew he had, because he tossed one. 6 to 5. I might block him 1k this. I might block him 1k this. I'm guessing this is going to be another Sanji and then leave one Don open. That's my feeling. And I think if we can have a bunch of 5s here, that's really quite good. Yeah, I think I like that. Oh, it's just a stealth black. Sure, same thing. Same thing. Do I want to take a life? I actually don't hate taking a life here. Just to get the extra cards to maybe continue to defend the board. We probably don't need to, though. And you're in here. Yeah, so this is going to go to 7 very, very soon, so there's no point reducing this. This is always live. There's no need to take the life here. We just reduce this so he can't get the free block. And then we'll go 5, 5, 6, 7. Really good aggression here, actually, considering he only has 1 Don open. Gives us a Kaya to defend out of the 5. You'll love to see it. He's gonna struggle for resources now because 3 birth bursts are gone. 3 of them are gone. And realistically, he's got to counter at least 1 more swing. He can take 1 and block 1, but he needs to counter at least 1 of these swings. So he's not going to have a extreme amount of cards anymore, which is always good. Okay, gives us another Reiju. That's 2 of those gone. Good stuff. Let's go 6. Takes that one. I imagine he'll block this one. Or use an event. Probably not giant though. So we either get the blocker or we get like a Conquer here, I think, which is either way is good. Either way is very, very good. No way you take. That would be a little crazy, I think. Because you know we can very well play unblockable. Although if he has enough events up, the unblockable doesn't matter. But yeah, that Sanji trigger early game was pretty nice. That's given us 2 extra cards out of his hand, which is crazy. No blocker. So I presume we're using Conquer. We know he had one before. Jet Gatling. Wow. That's even better. That's so much better than like a Conquer or the blocker, in my opinion. And then we'll end the turn. We're going to lose at least one of these guys, but we'll see. We'll see. We might actually be able to defend a couple more, depending on what route he goes for. Because if he goes Raging Tiger, then he has 1 Don left, and the Zoro lives. And if he goes Red Rock, then we've got a pretty good odds of defending some of these guys. How many events are in trash now? It's only 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's only 10. So he's only just at 7k, so he's not going to be at 8k. Which is good. Tama, I'm sure. I mean, it's basically free, but I'm sure it's not what he's looking for. Tosses Stealth Black. Teardrops of a Lady. If he sees Raging Tiger for this, that's pretty good. Just grabs another Teardrops of a Lady. Does toss a Red Rock, though. Through and draw Gum Gum Giant. Hang on, wait a minute. What's going on? So he's tossed a Sanji and a Gum Gum Giant. He's got a Gum Gum Giant in hand. He has 6 Don remaining. He can Red Rock this. Still can't Raging Tiger because you have not found it yet in trash. So can't raise you. I think we go all out on defending this board. But he can Red Rock with the Reiju if he has one in hand. Which I presume he does because he tossed 2 early. I presume there's at least 1 Reiju in hand. Yeah, no, we're going to keep these bodies, I think. That way, if you want to Reiju, all you do is get rid of the Zoro. We still have 4 swings. And I might even cash in on the Bonney this turn. Use all 4 teardrops, 1 Conquer, 1 Giant, but we know he has 1 Giant in hand. There's a Jet Gatling that's gone, right? Yeah, 2 Jet Gatlings. He's probably low on 0 costs. 4 2Ks. 5, 6 on board. He's turned his blocker sideways and got no value. Reiju Red Rock on the Zoro, I presume. Yep, cool. We draw a Nami, that's not particularly useful. But he only has 1 Don, so I think we'll start with 7 from Borsalino. We should have the win here, I think. There's the gum. Go 7 from Sanji. 7 from Lilith. And that's the game. Cool. Okay. Sanji sometimes does just find all of the bricks in the world. We killed him on what, our 9-don turn. That trigger on the Sanji and then that trigger on the Sanji and then my decision to just keep it, I think was pretty good. Amusingly, if I'd just used my leader effect to take a life, we would have found the Bonney. And I think that would have been better because we would have burned the life and had 5, 5, 5, 6, 9, 6, 10. Either way, I think he overextended attacking with that blocker there. There was no reason to do that. And I don't know if he already had this Reiju. There's no way he didn't. So I don't know if the Otama was necessarily... I don't know. He did a lot of stuff that turn. I've kind of lost track of what sequence it was. Yeah, and he did the Otama before the teardrops, and the teardrops did find him the giant, so... Yeah, it is what it is. He probably played that as best he could, but... Yeah, that Sanji trigger early game really changed the game for us. Gonna go into Red-Black Sabo. I think this one's gonna be pretty tricky, because with the amount of blockers they have. Now, I know Sabo really does like second. I really like first, though. Which curve's going to be more important? I think I'm going to try first. Is this wrong? Maybe, but we'll see. Lilith, Zoro, that's a pretty good curve. Let's just keep this one. Nothing on one, but Lilith into Borsalino into Zoro is very, very solid. He's got the Betty. Which, Red Dragon. Okay, that's something we've got to be aware of. Go 5. Go Lilith. I think one of these for later to combine with Hiyori is good. The only other target is the 1-cost Bonney. We might have a time to drop this on our 9-don turn if we whiff finding anything for after that. I think I'll take a Please Save Me. I always like to have one. Okay, he's got the stage, tosses 6-cost Sabo, so he already has 2 in hand. Takes a 2k, below Betty. Waxing Fist. Doesn't swing. Interesting. Okay, so we can't get value out of our Borsalino because he didn't swing there. I could have aggressively took my life last turn, but... I don't know. Let's just go 5 with this. I wasn't envisioning him starving us, but... I mean, I guess, if you like. Inazuma. We can still play it, but we lose the heal. So I think I'll just play the Sanji. We can get a search. Maybe look towards getting a Luffy for our 9-don turn. No, we don't. I'll take a Sanji unblockable, though. That's solid. Go 6. And just pass. 6-cost Sabo, very nice. Indeed, we'll take that. Tosses Red Dragon, grabs a 2k, sure. Yeah, I want to start taking lives here. Let's go 7. We only need 1 card, yeah, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, whilst this could have gained character rush, there's no characters for us to rush into. Technically should have done it in case he decided to block 1k there, but yeah, he's no fool. Just a koala. It's going to be another Dragon Sabo. Funny combo. Very good. Just hard starving. Interesting. I'm not familiar enough with this matchup to know if that's correct. It's certainly interesting. Just one of them. Do we want to take a life? Yeah, probably. Bonney's reasonable. just go 9-9. Cool. Boss. Very good. Perfect curve for our friend here. Pretty nice, pretty nice. We've still not found a Luffy, which is not very nice. We're definitely not letting that go. Just continues to starve. Interesting. Interesting. Not... Yeah, I'm really not sure what to say. And I'm not sure how to feel about this place. I thought he might count if I do that, because he's fearing another Zoro. Little does he know I'm not going to play another Zoro. I'm going to play Bonney. No, he's a waxing fist, but it's still 2 cards if he wants to stay at 0. Stay at 1, just gives us the blocker. Great. Could have blocked and waxing fisted actually there. That might have been good. Yeah, if I'd have swung 6 with the Bonney, he'd have definitely blocked. We'll give up 1 borsalino. Okay, another Stussy, cool. Interesting he sacked off the Stussy rather than the dragon. We're not letting you have that. I'll keep a borsalino, just because it's nice to have. Yeah, we can't save that, that's fine. Another Zoro is good, I like him. Let's not take life. So if we play this, we're going to have 3 more Don. This is going to be at 7. This is going to be at 9. This has character rush and could just like attack the dragon, worst case. I want to put as many Dons on my characters as possible, so it's going to be like a 9-10. Let's start with a 9. Okay, we do get the waxing fist. Very nice. Deploy this. Buff up. I don't mind leaving 1 open for the for this, to be fair. Let's do this. And we've shown him this, so he has to be careful. Does he have double 2s that he wants to use? If he takes to 0, he can die to Sanji very easily. Okay, takes to 0. Well, let's attack Dragon, get a 1k out. Cool, and then end the turn. Now, we've got the Please Save Me. We've got 3 other 2ks, so we're fine in terms of defending at least one of these. I would have to think. Let's go to Sabo. As long as we can save one of these Zoros, we're gaming. We just win. He has to remove both. 11-9. So if we let this go, no, we never let this go. We just Please Save Me. It's just 1 card. 11-9. Absolutely not. 9-9. Absolutely not. I feel like hard starving Zoro as Bonney is just not the way, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. 17-6, and that'll be the game. GG's, well played. Yeah, I mean, he perfect curved. You saw Sabo into Dragon, into Stussy, into Stussy. So he drew as well as he could. I'm not sure if the starve strat is good into Bonney, but this guy was playing very, very fast, so I think he knew what he was doing. We drew enough top end that it wasn't really a problem. I guess now I know if I'm playing into Sabo, I should aggressively take my first life, so that we can always use the Bors on 5, should we want to. But playing the Sanji was fine. Like, it was worse, but it was fine. I don't know, slightly odd game there into Sabo. Not how I was expecting the game to go. But a win is a win nonetheless. So thank you for watching. Let me know, what do you think of the deck? What do you think of the games? What have you been enjoying in your red, yellow Bonney? And what do you think of these cool Hiyori combos with both the Please Save Me and the Usopp? I was a little bit skeptical when I first saw the list, I must be honest. But I think this is really quite powerful. Gives you some really cool plays, at least. And there's nothing more fun than cool plays, right? Either way, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.